All right, people. Alex is up from Orlando. You live in Orlando now, right?
Yep.
Out near where Adam lives, out on the east side of town. So Alex from Vyper Chair. How did this happen? I just saw you doing this Lex Garage stuff and the Krenzel thing. I thought Vyper Chair was in Wisconsin.
Yeah, so it's kind of a funny story. I was detailing my friend's car. He had a Corvette, low Corvette. I'm on my crappy Harbor Freight stools, polishing. I went to go to the right, hit a pebble, and my knee just swelled up. And so I went on this excursion to find a better option. And I went through like salon chairs, like office chairs. I tried a little bit of everything, and then I came across, obviously those didn't work, came across this, fell in love. But the best part was when I first found him, I called up Vyper and I talked with Dane, the CEO. He's the one that picked up the phone. So we just started off. He's a great guy, had a great rapport. And once I got my chair, it was everything and more that I thought it was going to be. So I wanted to just like get it out there and tell everyone else about it because I had spent so long looking for something, and just really fell in love with the product, kept helping them. And then Dane's like, you know what, this is just too good. We have good synergy. So I jumped on board.
Did you pull the influencer thing or say, well, look, I'll promote this, you send me a free chair?
No, really.
No,
I just gave him a call. And the thing was, it wasn't, I think it was right around the time where you got yours, but you had the bigger one, so you weren't really sure about it. And I was like, hey, is there a good chair for detailers? And he's like, yes, this is the perfect one. And we just developed a good bond. And I didn't call and ask for anything. I'm not that type of guy. I just wanted to know more about it because it still took me, it took me like 2 months to kind of fully pull the trigger because I was like, it's expensive and I didn't get to try it out.
Money, yeah. People are freaking out. It's so much money.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you heard my last Bosch talk, but I was talking about, it seems clear to me, and you can confirm this, but it seems clear to me they're building what they want and then they're backing in the price.
Exactly.
Right, so they built what they built and then they figured out what it cost and then marked it up like a normal business would and said, here's this with a reasonable margin.
Yeah, we built a chair that we wanted, and then we sell it and that's how much it costs. So we didn't want to build a chair that we wouldn't want. We could replace a lot of stuff with lower grade hardware or, plastic pieces, but we don't want to do that.
So, I don't understand. You live in Orlando. I thought these were made in Wisconsin.
Correct. So they are headquartered in Wisconsin, but I'm in Orlando. It just worked out. I am in charge of the marketing, so it's not something that I have to be up there for. So it just kind of worked out. And also Florida is a great place for a lot of this type of stuff, so it actually worked out really well.
So is that your only job?
Correct. Lex Garage is just a hobby. That's just
what were you doing before?
So before Vyper Chair, I was doing I was in law, doing product liability for like tire manufacturers and stuff like that. And then with the pandemic, it kind of shook things up. I started working from home, and I just saw Vyper. I liked what they were doing. I liked Dane, and I just saw where they're heading, and I had a lot of ideas, and it's worked out really well. I'm really happy.
So you're seeing the title. People have already seen the title. So what's in this box?
This is our newest edition. This is called the Sidekick. Okay. So our chairs the Pro comes with a tool tray underneath. The other ones you can add one. But a lot of times, especially for detailers, you don't want to like be reaching down and stuff. So we wanted an option where you can just reach to your sides and get to work.
And you told me I have permission to say if this sucks?
For the most part, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I love it.
It's not going to suck. Like anything from Vyper, we put a lot of time and effort into this.
I'm going to hurt your feelings, Alex. You're never going to come back.
Well, there's always room for, an obsessed garage edition.
You know what you're getting into with me, right?
Let's see. Talk about that packaging again.
So, one of my hallmarks and what I've been, and I don't know how many people actually believe me anymore, but I don't want anything that I don't already want, right? I'm not buying stuff, I'm not selling stuff that I don't want. And so everything in the store, in the beginning, it was only things that I'm using. The problem is I've gotten a little bit too snobby for that. And so I wanted to open it up to more people. And so now the thesis has been, the methodology is, what would I have wanted had I not have the resources I have today? Yeah. What would have still been acceptable? So what's a great air compressor at entry level pricing, which I haven't figured out yet? What's a great name whatever it is? What's a great pressure washer? So you've seen like the cartridges and the actives and me introducing progressive steps. And so the problem with a chair is there isn't a progressive step.
Yep.
And so we have one chair in the store. We tried selling some of these other ones, like the Adams chair, and come to realize it's just that's not good. It's what I was using, it's what I had, but it wasn't good. And so when this came out, this is a pretty snobby purchase.
But with that, and you're talking about progression, that's kind of our goal. And if you notice, we started off with 2 chairs, and we're adding the Pro. We want to kind of have the same thing. We want to kind of have that progression of steps. There may be another one in the future.
So have you been up there to Wisconsin?
Yeah.
So how are they making this stuff? There's like a bunch of guys chopping stuff up in a CNC machine. I mean, how are they getting this stuff?
I mean, everything's made in America. We do it. We have our own welders, and these aren't just like the crappy welds that you see on every other product. They're nice, stacking dimes on these things. I mean, these are high quality welds. We don't do anything like other than the way we want it.
Packaging is legit, and so they've focused a lot on packaging.
Yeah, no more peanuts.
Yeah. I forgot about that. The first one I got, it took me like a half an hour to get out of the box.
Yeah, but like I said, everything we do in-house, we quickly outgrew our, I want to say, 6,000 square foot shop. So we're in the process of moving over to a much larger spot so we can have more assembly lines, pump them out quicker, and have more fabricators and take on more products.
So like this, are they making this piece?
No, so we obviously have to source that out.
But what
as
about
far
this?
as all the metal, yeah, we do that. We CNC cut it.
So they have powder coating, CNC in-house. And then aren't these made by like an upholsterer buddies that they know down the street or something like that?
And because we're limited with our size of our shop, we don't have any room. Like we used to have to stack pallets outside, but as we're growing into this new shop that we just purchased and we just moved in this weekend, we're going to start bringing more stuff in-house. So we're going to do the embroidery in-house and stuff like that because now we're going to have the room. That was a big thing that was stopping us before. Gotcha.
Well, I said this a lot of times. This is even before you. Dane figured it out, how to launch something. Like, it's amazing how well you guys have marketed this crap to the point I'm annoyed. I already have 3 of these. Turn off the ads that kept coming to me.
Yep.
And so the
can't escape it.
Modern marketing has been pretty fantastic. So I'm going to take this off, right? And then we're going to put it on the in between the fancy whatever we call it. What's this thing called? What do we call this?
Seat. Cushion.
Cushion, thank you.
Yeah, and what's cool about the Sidekick too is it works on all of our chairs. So basically the only thing you have to do is remove the cushion and then it'll clamp in between the top of the arms and the cushion. So you can put it on anything you want. It's not detailer exclusive. You can use it for impact drills, tools, beers, whatever you need.
Okay, we're gonna see. I'm gonna tell you if it's any good or not. This is the part. We're trying to stay out of the camera and make a mess of this.
Yeah. It's always me doing this, so it's nice seeing someone else.
So the cool thing about this bench, which a lot of other seats, they don't put a threaded insert inside, and you're just taking a wood screw going into this, and when you take it out once, it's probably never going to go back in properly. You're going to have a few stripped out screws. So do you know how is this is like a plywood base, and then
correct, wood base, and then we like
that's the threaded insert
on
is
the other side,
stamped on one side, and then
correct.
So it's not going to pull out.
Yeah, and that's one of the coolest parts about Vyper is what really impressed me is early on we did use the wood screws, and they saw that there's room for improvement, and they took that extra step, spent the extra money to do it even better, and now all the chairs, even the backrest too, because one thing that we were talking about was like people sometimes want to take the backrest on and off, and you can't do that if they're wood screws. Not only is it more stable to have these threaded inserts, but you can also change your chair out. And also we have a lot of people that switch seats out, like they'll get a standard seat and then they want a custom seat, and so they're always switching them out, so it just makes more sense to have that threaded insert.
Or, I'm lifting it up from this. From the, shoot, I should have put it on that stool. Oh well, too late. I don't use this one as much as that one.
It's going to look really good with this one though.
Yeah, I like the height adjustability of that, of the other one. And then I like to leave it unlocked, so the other lesson I learned is you just lube it with some like silicone.
It's lubed, everybody.
Yeah, because it was squeaking in the video.
I see a lot of comments about that, but we're good.
Yeah, that's all you got to do, just lube it.
Yeah, what's cool is I love having this chair around because it's comfy, like you take breaks and stuff like that.
Right.
This one I really love just having around. You can quickly pull it up. You don't have to deal with it, like as far as like adjusting anything. So it's like nice to have best of both worlds.
Did you see the genius turn around polishing move? Where you
Yep,
turn around
exactly,
and lean
yep.
your chest into it?
Yep.
All right, so there's that piece. It's freaking heavy as crap. And then we're gonna have to do this the other way. I'm not gonna be able to hold it like that. So how does this thing go?
So if you notice, it'll have the holes right here. So this is where the base is, and then it has holes in case you add the back to it, like for this one. So these holes will obviously be not used for this stool.
Gotcha.
So you want this, I think we switched it around. So it'll be this way. The first prototype had these on the other side, but we decided to switch it over. This is the first one.
Can I turn it the other way so that I line up my flats? Will it fit? Will it fit that way? Let's see.
It should.
So now you need to go like. You're gonna have to change that design, Alex.
Yeah.
I want
We'll
that.
get to work.
I want that flat to match. So it's gonna have to. So what if we do it vertically like this? Can I get a vertical match? I think I can.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay.
See, that's what we meant.
Now.
And this is gonna be the fun part because you're gonna have to get underneath.
I'm gonna have to lay on the ground. I know. Yeah.
Geez, that does look good with the black though.
If you put it together on your workbench. Yeah, so let's get it started and then we can start to swivel it around. Cool. Let's see what works. Get this thing here.
I'll just take a load off
relax,
on my
yeah.
comfy seat, you know. I mean, that's really the best part about these things, that they're just so comfortable. Even when I'm not working, when I'm in the shop and just like sitting around messing on my phone, or my friends are over and we're hanging out, everyone fights over these chairs because I still keep a little bit of my old chairs in there just for fun. Everyone's fighting over these things.
All right, I think the way to go here is to shoot. Gotta get this lined up, and I'm gonna hold it steady. So I want the V. Let's see what that looks like.
There we go.
Close. You haven't experienced this next level of insanity in person yet.
I think once it connects, it'll be.
Yeah, this is one of those things you do it once and then you know how to do it next time.
Yeah. It's much easier when you have the backrest on there because you can see where the holes line up, and so you just guide it right with those main holes.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's going to give me the ability to line it up there, Alex. This is not looking good for me. I want it to be like this.
It should. Yeah, let me see. I got one, and I have it lined up from what I remember, so. So, all right, let me just, all right, so we got the V facing out that way.
So V is right there. Yeah, right.
And so the back should be this way. Boom.
Okay. All right, now let's put a screw up through here. See if we can line it up.
Maybe if we just, I think we just lift it up.
But then this base is in the way.
And then we said that we could do this.
There we go.
I want to be like a Vyper certified installer or something, maybe get a pay raise.
Now,
I just can't see anything, so as long as you can see them. I think it's gotta go that way.
there we go. Got two frickin' idiots trying.
I promise it is easier than this. Here, it's gotta go a little bit this way. It's because the thing's moving with it. I see what's going on.
Yeah, we got three things moving all at once.
Yeah.
All right, flip it around. You do the other two. I'm missing a screw. There it is. You got this part down.
I would hope so. I kind of get paid for this, I think.
You're gonna be real sad when that V isn't straight.
Yeah, right. Talking all this and it's gonna be crooked or something. The key with all these chairs is always making sure, like, you gotta wait till the last minute, which is always difficult.
Yeah, don't tighten anything until the end.
Yeah, because then it messes with everything.
I got a $400 chair, but I don't have a workbench. Maybe I got my priorities a little whack.
I just can't see anything.
Yeah, the way to go on this is to put the wheels and the base on last. That's what I learned.
The light helps so much. I was just kind of guessing where the holes were. Not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. I got you sitting here waiting, and I know you're waiting to see what it's gonna look like when I flip it over.
It's gonna be freaking cocked. I didn't know it.
This is gonna determine whether or not there's a job opening at Vyper next week. This is the way to do it too. I know a lot of people use like impact guns or whatever to put it together. You really just need two couple wrenches. It's really just the easiest way to do it. Everything else kind of complicates everything.
You also have to remember that like I've got all this freaking crap like coming in here every single day, and I've got all this new stuff. Like in the old days when I had a garage, it was just me, and I didn't like this wasn't my business. Like this would be like my event of the month.
Yeah.
You know, now I have an event 3 times a day. And so when I have to put something together, it's annoying because it's like one of 5 other things I got to do.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Here, zoom in on here. This is going to be my bonus check.
Ooh, nice. You got it.
The spin and look at that.
Okay, now.
So at home, do this on a workbench with light. It's really simple.
A little cup in here, a little cup in there. Now, what is this? What the heck am I doing with this?
So let's go over this. So this side, all these have like a dual purpose. We want to make kind of like a general Sidekick for everyone to use. So it's not specific to any industry. So right here, towel rack. But also you can put your impact gun upside down, holds it really well. You can actually fit 2 in there.
Towel rack. Where's my impact? I thought that I just had one sitting around here somewhere. No, guess not. I gotta go get it next door.
Yeah, but it's awesome. You just,
over here. Keep going.
You can just hang it upside down there, and it's awesome because again, you're not having to reach down if you don't want to, which kind of complicates things. There we go.
So
well, that one doesn't have the battery, so I don't know. Most of them have the battery, so like that. So basically, just slide it in here, hang there. Towel rack. Also, when I'm polishing cars, I'll set my polisher on there. Like if I want to wipe down what I just did. It works, multi-use. But the main thing we want to do is somewhere to put your impact and general towel rack or just rack. I mean, you can hang a lot of things. The other thing I do is I put my scan grip light here with the magnetic bottom. Mm-hmm. So you have a light on your chair, so when you're detailing or whatnot, you can zoom it in basically wherever you're facing, so you don't have to have that light right behind you, have it right next to you. You can just pick it up, and that's the whole point of this, is really just to increase efficiency and stuff like that. You have everything that you need right next to you. Put some stuff underneath too for a little extra.
If I can hang, I could probably just hang from the hose. I could hang my my gun upside down.
So what I do is I run my hose right up here, and it rests, the bottom of the gun rests right here, and the hose goes right through there. It works perfectly. I do it all the time. The other cool thing is, like when you're polishing, I have my cord go through here, so it's like you're not like having the mess everywhere once you start getting to go.
I like this.
It keeps it. Did you catch that? He said he likes this. I don't know if you guys caught that. It was kind of a low one, but he said he liked it.
I like this part. That's stupid. What am I putting over there?
So this, well, beers, first of all.
I'm a freaking grown-up.
So the cool part about this, and this is one thing I really wanted to add, even though this is a general purpose one, is I wanted to add these holes. And these holes aren't just any holes. These holes will fit the stubby detail brushes, which are one of my favorite things to use. So you can put them in there. This fits all the brushes because the stubby ones are the biggest ones. So this fits all your detail brushes. You can put screwdrivers and stuff like that in there too, just little miscellaneous stuff. Here you can put nuts and bolts, so you're not losing them down here. You can keep them in here. You can put your drinks in here. It does hold a big old Yeti as well. And then hold your bottles, like your detailing powder bottles. Also, you can take them out, and they hang really well too. Like the IK, or even some of I have one of the big Presto bottles. It's obviously too big from here. You can hang it from there.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I didn't think about that. I was thinking about lopping that thing off.
No, it's actually really useful, and that's the thing is we really just wanted to make this as like anybody can use it for anything, and you can get creative with it.
Here's what I'm afraid of. Doing a samurai karate chop to my fender.
But do look how close you have to get. Like, yes, you can, and same thing with the chair rolling into it, but you have to get, but are you ever that close with your knee to the side? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
that's true.
While that does pose a threat, we do have we're gonna have the rubber, did they include some? We're gonna have the little rubber pieces to go on the outside, kind of like a polishing rack. So
yeah, we need that.
A little extra protection there. They didn't include those, but we'll grab you some. But it'll go right around this outside, nice black, so it'll blend in and won't look out of place.
That's kind of cool. I like that.
And it's funny because when we were talking about this and designing it, I originally thought it was going to be too big. But if you look at it, there's really, it's not obtrusive. It's right where you need it. If you make it any smaller, it's going to be under your butt. So it's like literally.
I think I like it. I can do that. Speed.
Let's do a Wild West draw.
I gotta go get my pressure washer gun. I'll be right back.
That was one of my favorite things. You should see me sitting in my garage just looking around, finding stuff to put in here to see how it works. I've always wanted to see one of these in person. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
That one's gonna be a little bit jacked up. That's the first
Well,
prototype.
it's easy to look at this and hate it, honestly, but that's really cool.
Well, the bottle's a stupid design. We need a new bottle.
Yeah, I'm not a big
The
fan.
problem is the bottle, to make an injection mold, I mean, it costs hundreds of thousands of dollars to do.
Those bigger jug ones are kind of interesting lately. I think like chemical guys and stuff have them, just like the general, just cylinder shape.
All right, let's get this.
Cut that part out. We don't want to talk about.
Get this real, man. We don't cut anything out here, Alex. That's what you're gonna have to learn. Got that. So I need a wand holder. That's what we need. I need a little wand holster.
All right.
Because when I'm doing my wheels, I have to put this thing somewhere. So I keep trying to figure out where I'm going to put my wand, so I've been throwing it in my bucket.
You could stick it underneath if you have the tool tray. But yeah, I think that'd be cool to have like a little clip or something to grab it.
Yeah, so you're saying...
And that's what, like I was telling you earlier, when you're switching back and forth between that and your gun or the foam cannon, you have the little nozzle. So I really want to put a nozzle holder right here, just a little extra hole, because I'm always losing mine. There we go. See? Multi-use.
If you stop using those janky nozzles and you get the real deal, then it already fits.
It's coming. It's coming.
I have like 1,800 of them in stock. I'll give you a deal.
All right, let's do it.
You know me, I give everybody deals. And by everyone, I mean no one.
But isn't that cool? You can just, it's like a little holster. That's how I use it. It holds
Yeah.
tight pretty good in there. Relatively speaking, obviously.
Yeah, and it can't really fall, right?
Yeah, it gets a little loppy a little bit, but it stays in there, which is nice. Because I'm the guy that puts on the ground, and after you do it so many times, even if you're careful, it really starts to nick your gun up.
Yeah, like look at mine.
Yep. And my kids use
I'm
mine.
setting it
mine's
on the
way
ground.
worse than that. But it's cool, right? You got
Can I
your
do
little.
anything with this? Let me see.
You could on that side. I've hung mine in there, but I don't know if you can do it with the gun too. I think that might be dangerous, but it holds it in there well.
And then I've got a spray bottle over here.
It almost makes you want more of them, right?
No. So you're doing that, right?
Yep. I found that easier than the. It's hard with the. We talked a lot about the cup holders. It's really tough because there's so many different size bottles that.
Right. It's too
just
big,
really
it
tough.
falls over. It's too small, doesn't fit.
I keep one for a drink, and then I keep the other one open to hang a bottle.
I drink in the kitchen like a grown-up, Alex. Come on.
I drink in the garage like a man.
That's a I like that. I was hoping to hate it, but I don't. How much?
I'm glad these are literally the things that I was all about, but I couldn't show anybody. So,
So
I'm
how
glad I
much
can
is
finally
it? How
show
much is
somebody.
it going to be?
I don't have the pricing yet, but I want to say it's in the vicinity. I don't want to say it because I don't want to get it wrong, but it'll be an inexpensive add-on.
Yeah. So you could add it on when you buy a new one, or you can buy it, buy it standalone.
Correct, and we're going to do a
Just
launch.
like you could buy the back as well.
And if you notice, we really start doing bundle options, and we want to do that with this too. So like if you buy a chair and you want to add that, you can get a discount versus just buying it outright. We really want to do it with the increasing prices of steel and other stuff that we don't have control over. We're really trying to do stuff that will, help the consumer by doing like bundle discounts and stuff like that to save a little money here and there. And that's pretty cool. You can kind of get the feel for if you had your polisher in there with the cord. Do you still use Ripez still?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's nice just to have it controlled so you can keep track of where the cord's going and whatnot.
I do like that.
And I set my polisher on there, which it holds pretty decent. But obviously if you wheel around, it can fall off. But I do it just as I'm wiping down, and I'll put there. I'd really like to put something that kind of clamps it in place. It would be pretty neat. So there's always room for different ones. So what do you think about the width now that you're sitting on it?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, if I'm over here, the only thing I really use a chair for is if I'm polishing lower, or if I have, if I'm doing wheels.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like people talk about whether this can hit the car or that can hit the car. You can if you just go around like just like switching back and forth. You can, but if you're
If I was messing with this over here,
a responsible person, you're not gonna have any issues. But we will have the rubber pieces that can add a little extra protection.
yeah, that'd be smart. That way, if you did screw up, you're not gonna like. If I screwed up, I'm going through it.
Yeah, and it's like the same that we did for the backrest. We have the little rubber piece that you can put right here that goes up there just as a precaution. So we're gonna do the same thing. I'm surprised they weren't in there, but we'll get you some. But they wrap around there and they look nice. They don't look cheap or cheesy or anything. They blend in with the black.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I like that. I like the gun holster part of it because that was the part I was most interested in.
Yeah, it looks weird, right? But it actually works out really well, and it's multifunctional.
The thing I was thinking, what if you screwed like a QD in there and snapped it? It's kind of hard to get on, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like we can almost just drill. You can almost drill your own hole, and to just QD it on there.
Yeah, and that's what there's so much room for like specific stuff, and that's what I really want to look forward to in the future. With this one, we wanted to make it more general for everyone. But if we start making like a specific one for every industry and stuff like that for the popular tools, I mean, this thing could be endless and just so cool. And see, it's just nice than having to reach down. Like, it's nice that we have the tool tray, but I'm more of a side-to-side type guy. It's easier to grab stuff, put it away. And with the tool tray, often I'll miss it, and I'll throw my rags on the ground and cry a little bit. So the towel rack is nice to have.
I wonder if you did one of these deals. Like if you were really working on something specific, you could probably, like use that.
Yeah, I mean, the options are endless. Like I said, I really like putting my magnetic scan grip on that, like right here on the edge.
Mm-hmm.
It's so nice to have. Because I used to attach it to the back of the seat, but that was too complicated to,
To make sure I have water at all times. So I can a quick draw for when I get thirsty. Get up and go to the kitchen, get some water, drink a bunch of it, and that way you don't have to keep coming back.
Fair enough.
Bet you have a bottle of water in your Raptor, don't you?
Probably.
Probably 5 of them. Did you see the douche Raptor out there? It's real bad.
Is that yours?
Yeah, well, it's my wife's.
I didn't see the front of it on. That was the first time. I know you had one. I didn't see the front.
Yeah,
It's very aggressive.
It's all done. It looks really cool from the front, like,
Yeah.
but every other angle looks terrible. So I got wheels. They're sitting over there next door. I'm just waiting on tires. I can't get tires. I'm 8 weeks in.
I'll go
Anyway.
move my Raptor over there. We can be Raptor bros. Mine's
So,
fine.
so that's a wrap. We'll find out what the pricing is by the time, we'll probably have this in the store, I'd assume. We'll buy some of these. And
Yep, it should be
have
launching
available
in the week.
So they'll be up soon, and then I like it. I'm not,
Matt seal of approval before he goes on. He likes it. He said he liked it.
I'm not BSing you.
Oh, cool. All right. I thought you were going to see something negative.
I would never do it just because you're here.
Honestly, I was afraid because you don't hold back and you're always honest. And I was telling him off camera when you walked away that I was a little scared about it. So I love to hear that you like it. I'm glad you like it as much as I do. Because I love this thing. That's the cool thing about working for Vyper is I use all this stuff. I'm not a salesman. I don't care if you can buy the seats or whatnot. It's going to help you. You're going to love it. I love it.
I probably wouldn't use. I'd probably take these things out and leave it. So I'd probably just put these in the cabinet, and then like 3 years later, I'd realize that I hadn't used them, and I'll throw them away. Because I'll probably just roll with this.
Yeah, I like hanging them in there. It's nice though if you're, when you're polishing or when you're coating a car, you can put your little G-Technic bottles in there, hold perfectly, because I'm the guy that'll put them on a shelf and hate walking back and forth. So with the cup holder, you can put them both in there, and you don't have to keep getting up and stuff like that.
Yeah, so maybe I'd leave one and put the other one.
That's my style. One with and one without.
What if you filled this up with water, and this could be your
There you
little
go.
All right, people, enough messing with you. But yeah, cool. We'll have this up in the store here soon. And we have this, the black, this is the OG version. That's the OG version of the, what's that one called? The Robust Steel Max.
Yep.
And this is the Robust Steel Pro.
Yep.
And then that's the standard configuration like you order on the Vyper site. Of course, you can custom make these as well. If you want us to do something custom, I'm sure we could do that. But generally, we buy the color that I like, and we just buy it in bulk, and then what affords me to have a little bit of margin to sell it to you. But yeah, I think chairs like this are not for everyone, but I think they're for everyone who is aspirational. And I think that if you spend a lot of time on a chair, obviously you know that there's some value there. If you don't spend a lot of time on the chair, you just got to make a lot of money, and then it might be of value to you.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty simple.
If you're not though, why be uncomfortable when you're working? That's how I see it.
Yeah, most of the stuff like that gun most of it's about ergonomics and how we've shortened up things and made it better. But in the beginning, the regular cheapo gun is just fine, but there's something to be said about user experience, and I think we all aspire to get to a point in life where money isn't the object. It's it's what do you value in life. I have no business. I use those two Milwaukee tools like almost exclusively, and yet I have 45 other ones in the cabinet. I probably don't need them, but there's something I value having it there. I like looking at it, and I like having it when I do need it, the once or twice a year. So each other tool in my arsenal gets used once or twice a year. For me, this is a no-brainer because I want it to be nice. I want it to look good when it sits in the corner, but then also I use it a lot.
Yeah.
And so, I would encourage people to not complain about, well, you can accomplish the same job with something cheaper. I mean, you could say that about everything. I could be shooting this YouTube channel on on an iPhone. Instead, we're using some expensive cameras, shooting it in 4K when most people are watching on their phone. But in general, I think that chairs like this, it excites me when companies are willing to put themselves out there and make a product what it needs to be, and chase things like this accessory kit, make it what it needs to be, not what the price dictates. And then you just back in the price and figure out what does it cost, what are the raw material costs, what's the labor cost, and then what profit margin is reasonable. And I know the margins are reasonable, what these guys are making. And then they can sell it to guys like me, and I can make a margin on it too if I buy enough of them. And that's business. That's the way it works. So Vyper chair, accessory coming to obsessgarage.com. It'll also be available on Vyper site, but you definitely want to buy it from me. Honor the source here. People, help me out. I need to be able to buy more of these chairs. So thanks for watching. Thanks, Alex, for coming up. I'm sure we'll do more stuff together since you're local, and we'll see you guys soon. As always, stay tuned for more crazy. See you on the next one.